Welcome back, guys, to the Gamers8 Street Fighter 6 Invitational. Thank you for sticking along for the break. We'll do the introductions again. Why not? You know, let's just keep doing it. Well, I'm Lazarus, and joining me, of course, St. Cola Man. How have you enjoyed the game so far?
Well, I've been bouncing back and forth as y'all should, because we do have the squad stream for all of you, and they've all been fire, flames, and absolute heat. As I just saw Latif suffer defeat against Otani, but we've also seen some other players get washed. And we're actually to see if who's gonna get washed in this match. We'll get right into it. Mr. Crimson and hot off the cleaning. He hot off the cleaning is Nephew.
Yes, got washed up by Shen right on the A stream, and now on the B stream up against Mr. Crimson. And of course, this is going to be kind of a tough matchup, I think, for Dawson. But at the same time, you know, who's going to be more prepared for jury than Mr. Crimson when you got someone like the likes of Kills You in your like training squad, you know, in your region, in your country even. Yeah,
man. I mean, there's definitely a lot of good jury players out in the EU side of things and the UK.
Yes.
So he's going to understand how to use this matchup. But I'm wondering how Nephew's style, just in general, is going to be applicable here. Back throw is in burnout. Definitely not out of options. Looking for that drive impact against the limb. Oh, the jump medium that connected. Are you kidding me? He gave him the COVID cut.
Oh my goodness, I love that. The teleport back with punish with that jump medium, like you said. And we're just ready to confirm to level 1. You know, we're not afraid to spin that meter. Obviously, doesn't, you know, Dawson not going to have the best conversions, let's be real, especially at that kind of range. But you know, knowing when to confirm that level 1 to close it out, very smart stuff. And now, although Mr. Crimson's going to be in this corner, going to have to block this funk trade pressure. Oh, brilliant stuff. I love it. Mr. Crimson, hold parry in drive reversal was an excellent option versus funk trade pressure. It can be baited, of course, and it is -8. But you know, when you're playing, when they're suddenly playing, you know, a Marvel on your ass, and you're just parrying, you can, you know, drive reversal pretty well. But I mean, it's still tough to deal with the pressure, as we saw. Parried the hit before the DI, right? But unfortunately, didn't hold parry long enough to block then the DI. Unfortunately.
Yeah, this is looking really bad. I like that Nephew is, you know, utilizing that pressure up in the corner, which the character can't do. Drive rush with punch against the crouching medium punch. What a big starter. That drive rush medium punch, all of our drive rush buttons are ridiculous. Has him caught in the corner, stocks it with the Fuha. Is he blocking or is he dropping? Oh, he's getting the throw. Foot to face.
But you do get, like, you do get the punch counter. What? The conversion of the fireball. Okay, Nephew. You were saying, right, we saw him against Yen, not looking too hot. He was what would you call him, St. Cola? Light Nephew?
No.
He's got the hood up. I think he's coming.
Yeah.
He's got the hood up, man.
He's got the hood up. He's getting sinister. He's got some devious plan. As all the hits line up in the corner. You see that? The fadeaway, that shimmy tool, the stand fears, fantastic to utilize in that sequence. But here's Mr. Crimson on his way out with the drive rush side switch. ODDP immediately. No mix.
Not afraid, bro. I mean, look, it's Dawson. What's he going to do? I don't even know if that's a safe jump setup, but either way, no DI back in this corner situation. Going to spend the EX to confirm the kill. Very nice stuff from Nephew, of course. Why not spend the EX, right? Comes back in the next round anyway. Does have to spend that level 1, but now on set point, Nephew going to be, I mean, definitely in a great position here if for the pools, if he manages to take this game over Mr. Crimson.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Drive reverse actually clips the limb from that distance and backs him up. Mr. Crimson lagging and slacking a lot of that drive gauge. Look at that. The dive kick clipping the yoga upper. Very smart decision here, from Nephew.
Nice though, Mr. Crimson with these the drills over the top of the projectile. So smart, right? Even punish countering. So these are punishes on the projectile. Very smart stuff. One punish counter throw on the perfect parry attempt. Nephew nearly gonna be in burnout. Not gonna matter that back. Fierce gonna catch. And all right, now we're looking at 1 round apiece. Obviously, still set point for Nephew though.
There's the air right there with the jump medium. There's the air anti-air from the side of Mr. Crimson. Yeah, yoga upper putting him work. But you know the thing about like Sim is that he's not gaining a lot of damage unless he's pumping out those secret darts. The dive kick, clipping the limb. Crouch fierce as an anti-teleport tool, and bro, the shimmy is coming through from the side of Mr. Nephew. Bro, he's up in the corner, and now you see the custom combos. Don't drop those.
I love that. That was so smart. The tech, he knew that Nephew wanted to go for that punish counter throw on the perfect parry off the safe jump, and Mr. Crimson 1 step ahead, but now still dealing with that funk trade pressure. Is run out now. Had enough life just to take that one throw, and that's a punish, and gonna be able to confirm. No!
The drop! Oh, he's gonna go for the series. What's going on? The punish, though. The crouching medium punch. Mr. Crimson just like, bro, I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna send out this Yoga Sansara, but is sealed up and seared up for that big mistake. Unfortunate. I don't know what happened. What happened to the Yoga Flame right after, but he had the combo. What went on?
Yeah, I hate to see it. He had the combo, and the fact he even it was like my favorite part was there was about 20 frames. I'm sure we'll see it in the highlights coming up now what happened at the end there, but there was about 20 frames in between the last normal he did and then like the special coming out. Obviously he missed his buffer into the normal on the normal before the special cancel. Just really unfortunate, right? Big drop, and luckily this is a double round robin pool, so you're not completely lost your chance to make it out of pools yet, but that's definitely gonna hurt for Mr. Crimson.
Oh, it's not going to be good at all. You want to be in the top spot, as you point out, even if you're making out of pools, you want to have that winner side of thing. But, you know, I think the problem with this character is, like, you have to be on point with the combos to gain the damage. It's reminiscent of Cammy because, like, he's so different than what he was in 5. To dump out the damage, you need those secret arts to seal it. You need to have those sequences where I think it's more of the former than anything. But you need to have those secret arts to dump out as much damage as possible. If you're not landing those combos in general, you're not doing damage to Sim. And I did like Nephew clipping these limbs with the dive kick, taking that risk. There was only like a few Yoga Lances that landed the anti. And look at the whip punish on this. He was ready for that crouching medium punch with his own drive medium punch on his side of things from Jury.
And right there, we saw he had a game plan for how to beat the reversal level 2 from Dawson, which means you got knowledge in the matchup, right? Because a lot of people will see that they'll punish, and then the level 2 will come in and smoke you. But already was like, I'm just gonna get my punish count throw, not the biggest punish, but at least be safe, get the perfect parry, you know, get all my drive gauge back. And again, nice optimal stuff right here. Go for the double EX to close it out. Didn't have the stocks right there, so obviously only had one of the stocks, which is why the EX came out there, obviously for the extra damage as well. And again, we can see those dive kicks over the top of the limbs, like you're saying, Cola. Drive rush overhead, you're gonna get hit by at least one of those.
Yeah, really difficult to deal with that character just in general. He drive rushes him with like medium kick, medium punch, all fantastic buttons. We're gonna see the sequence come up, and I can't wait to see it because I want to see exactly what happened. You see that Yoga Lance come through.
Here, right?
Nephew have the matchup knowledge on his side. Okay, here we go. We're gonna see that drive rush conversion. Nephew pops that level 2. You know what to do. It's all about them custom combos.
Safe jump.
Puts him in the corner. The tag. He stays alive. Let's go for the anti-air. Drive rush. Whoa, no. Unfortunate dropping. That means the dropping points right there. And Nephew moves on with some of his hands finally. And, you know, speaking of drops and maybe not start off on the right foot, we're going to actually have Punk go up against Kudo. We saw Punk maybe to go on the right foot that he wanted to against the likes of Zen. So what happens when he has to fight in the Cammy mirror match against Kudo.
Yeah, potentially anyway, right? I'll see. Might see, you know, Punk play a different character. We'll have to wait and see. Probably will do the mirror match. I know he specifically likes playing mirror matches, so probably won't avoid that one. Yeah, he's one of those players. Like, I feel like it's in his head. He's like, if I beat this guy on his own character, like I've won, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why he likes to do that kind of stuff, especially against Cammy. You know, like she's quite strong in the footsie game, obviously, and being able to play the footsie game with the same tools that the other Cammy has definitely makes an even matchup. But we'll see. Kudo coming in, just got the pressure already, plus on block with that stand medium meaty.
Oh my
now
God!
Now gonna get that through. Just waiting for the jump, but no anti-air. That could have been the first round, but still gonna find it with a jump back. EX dive kick, man. Good stuff from Kudo.
Brother, he was cooking him that round. And a lot of those dive kicks were clipping these like crouch mini kicks that were trying to find a way outside the corner. Here's the perfect parry. You'll just go for the Oki right here. You're not going for damage. Off the spiral arrow is when you get Oki. Perfect parry back throw. No, he's just gonna go for the jump in. It's kind of difficult to get like a throw right after when you try to.
I think that was a safe jump as well, right? So probably only like +2 in that situation. Throw would not have worked out even at that range. Punk gonna even this out. No, oh, didn't have the EX. Didn't want to spend the level 1. I respect it. You got so much life lead, but you're getting back thrown in the corner, and this is Kudo with that level 3 stocked up. That life lead's all gone, but nice stuff from Punk.
There is a different timeline where he got hit with that impact that was a wrap. Like, bro, it was looking long for Mans right there. The dive kick lands though, round start. Kudo now was in the corner for a while, but Punk was getting his bearings. I like that. I like to see Punk get that momentum, right? That's the kind of player he is, where he kind of controls you. Wow, what a DP against the dive kick. When he takes away your options, bro, from a classic man.
The man does not need it. Good confirm of that stand short into that level 3. Gonna give Kudo a great opportunity to close out this first game, but obviously we see Punk right there with the 3 bars of his own, not too far off being able to snipe with that level 3 and confirming to kill. Wow, the counter hit spin knuckle. He tried to check it, and that's actually going to kill. Nice. Optimal play from Kudo there. The conversion off of that counter hit spin knuckle. The recognition was clean.
Crisp and cool right here. I gotta say, like, I want to see Punk. You know, we've seen Punk make some loser side runs. Not that he's in losers, but after he loses the game, he's like, okay, let me lock in to get my win, right? Let me really, you know, understand what I have to do and get that like killer sort of mindset. Baits out the ODDP. Gonna get that corner carry. Here's Kudo though.
So smart. You're just going to drain as much drive gauge as possible. What Punk waking up with a wake up low short, but unfortunately not going to work out. He does get the side swap though, and he is in burnout, but you're out of that very dangerous corner. You don't have to be worried about this Cammy spin knuckle pressure while you're in burnout though. Survived it well so far. The missed hit confirmed, and that might be the round, and it will be the round, and that's going to be Kudo on set point.
I've definitely, you know, we've already seen Kudo have those drops, right? Like, we told him, like, that's something you definitely don't want to happen in this game right now. And even more so against the likes of Punk. Anti-air's right there. Try to DP. Yeah. That dive kick did not get it. Here's the spiral arrow. Again, the Oki double dash in for the throw. Normal dash in. Good say.
Oh, punish counter throw though, and that's going to give you the corner positioning as well. The EX dive kick going to catch that drive rush forward. Perfect parry attempt, gets punish counter thrown. Now locked in this corner. I mean, yeah, you can try and level 1 there, but yeah, good luck. All right, Punk fighting right back. Defends 1 set point.
My man fired back with the ODDP. That was personal.
Wow,
challenges the drive rush. He said it in the interview, bro. Don't drive rush me, dog. I'm going to catch it for free. Dan Fierce is clipping the crouch fierce tooth well. The shimmy. Oh, the finesse and bless. Yeah, level 3. Let me see.
Wow.
Off that spin knuckle, the killer B.
The perfect coming in from Punk with just, I mean, perfect offense right there. Just opening up his opponent once or twice and then gets that shimmy right at the end to close it out. Very clutch round from Punk, and he's warming up, and Kudo might let it slip right there in the last 2 rounds. And now with Punk with some steam, it's going to be hard to stop him.
Yeah,
it might be so hard to stop him. Oh my god.
Oh, brother, look at this up in the corner, trying to find a way out. Does so. Blocks these lights and mediums. Damn, medium kick to knock him down on the ground, and now that poke tool's coming out into play. Punk slowly adding more tools to his toolkit. The stand medium kick for the pokes. We see him DPing the dive kicks. Are you serious? And not spinning any part to do so. Bro, are you kidding? My man said I'm a classic man with it, bro. Classically trained. Modern man reaction.
Trained. Yep. I love it. I love it, man. Punk. Even though he looks tired after traveling all the way from Evo, all the way from Las Vegas, still here in Riyadh, performing at his best.
That spiral arrow between the corner. Puts him with the impact in against the wall. This is not looking so good. Extra throw. That's one away. ODDP definitely helps out. You get that side switch automatically off that ODDP. So Kubo's out of there.
Right, rushing in with that fierce, the trade off the roundhouse. That's punish, actually. A nice recognition from Kudo right there. Just a short punish, but still gets something. The shimmy, the double shimmy.
The double shimmy, oh no. Don't do it to him like that, Punk.
I don't think the killer bee's enough.
Brother.
What do you say?
If this is enough, I say he's dead. Oh, God.
What do I know, man?
Punk.
What do I know?
Don't put that on Will and Kill, because that's definitely more than enough to do the damage right there. Punk.
Don't expose
a resounding return no receipt from his side of things when he started DPing those dive kicks continuously, which not only saves him bar, because most people do like ODDP if they're doing that, but he started doing that and the momentum in the corner, and of course that shimmy up in the corner as well. That's the Punk you want to see. The confident, the footsie base, the alpha you want to see style of Punk.
Yeah, for sure. And like you're saying, there's DPs on the Kami dive kick. I mean, again, I'm talking about the mirror. You got the tools to deal with the Kami tools, right? And funny enough, Kami's DP is one of the better ones at dealing with these dive kicks because it goes quite far horizontally, and timing wise, it'd probably beat out both, no matter what you do with that DP, as long as you react quick enough. And as we saw, Punk definitely able to react quick enough.
Brother,
again, we've got some of those highlights for you coming in. Look at this optimal conversion from Punk. Not being able to kill, but I like it, right? You saved the bar. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out, but that was an excellent recognition from Punk, right? Realizing that Kudo just didn't have enough health to absorb any kind of hit and able to jab check a DI and it work out.
I like seeing the hooligan come out every so often, you know, for any Cammy player, right? Just putting that school kicks when the mental stat gets up high, you can let that fly get like a nice overhead conversion, you know, making them look out for even more options afterwards. See all these drive rush, finishers to get that DP for the finish. But again, Punk just having resounding comeback with drive impacts and things like that. Even in these moments where, you know, sending out the ODDPs, it just wasn't enough. You know, Punk getting back into form. The footsie-based play that we know him for. I wish I would like to see Kudo. I know it's hard for him to do, but really think about like when Punk can utilize the crouching medium kicks to try to dive kick those as he was previously. That was a big portion of why he was getting these Ws, clipping those crouching medium kicks before they can even come in.
Exactly right, and that's one of the things that dive kicks are especially good at in this game, because funny enough, you get a punish counter dive kick, you get mad good conversion, St. Cola, so it's one of these things that's worth looking out for. You know, you can hit them as high up as you want, and you can still get a big conversion. Nice little shimmy from Punk to be able to close this out. And they're good, taking that second game, which brought us to the even situation. And again, you know, you got to think Kudo did have a pretty good chance of winning in the second round of this set. So yeah, definitely gonna hurt being 0-2 now in the group.
Yeah, that cannot feel good. I mean, it's a difficult group. This is a difficult exhibition. You have some of the best in the world, if not some legendary beasts like the likes of Daigo, Mr. Crimson, Evo champions out here, Capcom Cup champions, multi-game, and also you also have, you know, multiple tournament champion right here. That's Punk himself. It's going to be difficult. But the way that Punk is dismantled Kudo, when you start DPing dive kicks continuously, not just like, you know, doing neutral jumps or, you know, parrying stuff like that, just DPing dive kicks, that is Punk back into form and Punk back in business as he gets a game on Kudo. I mean, hey, some points on the board too as well.
When you double shimmy someone, so far we're 2 for 2. We've seen 2 double shimmies already on the B stream today, man. And both of the time the player won the set. So clearly that's what it takes. You just got to double shimmy people's, completely steal all their resolve, all of their soul, just in a single move, man. Because not only did you catch them slipping once, but you let them off. You let them off. You're like, I'll let you off, you know, and then I'll go for it again and see if you take the bait again. And they do. Oh, it's too good. It's too good, man.
I mean, we saw that actually, the first one we saw was actually from Kudo. So, like, how ironic to see him get double shimmy, bro. Like, actually painful. What's also painful is this next match coming up, because I don't even know who's going to take it. We have Angry Bird, who is the Evo champion of this year, just last week, going up against MOV. And one of the things that, even though MOV did not maybe make it to that top spot, top 6, top 24, I don't know how MOV plays, because he's been in hiding. He's been up in the mountains, in a cavern, practicing, not showcasing what he's doing, but from what I've heard on the street is that his Chun-Li is absolutely sick and back into form. I mean, he's been a Chun-Li specialist for years upon years, longer than some of you have been even alive or been playing fighting games. So it'll be sick to see him and what he does in Street Fighter 6.
We saw him, in Street Fighter 5. I'm sure you intimately saw him quite a lot doing all the Street Fighter League Japan, right, St. Cola. And whenever I'd catch those highlights, whenever I'd watch those sets, not only would I get to listen to you, but I'd also get to watch some MOV Chun-Li, which was some of the nicest Chun-Li play you could definitely see around that region. And we got some very strong Chun-Lis in this entire tournament, not gonna lie. Obviously, you know, Valmaster we got as well. Vega Patch is actually in the same pool as MOV, so been playing the Chun-Li as it was one of his characters he's been playing anyway, so excited to see some more of that. The mirror could be very interesting. I think Chun-Li, obviously a good character, not many people will argue that, definitely one of the better characters in this game. And yeah, we've seen yeah, not quite Ken, but yeah, definitely just has so many good tools. I think for me, the really outstanding stuff is how well a Chun-Li can use like air legs, right? Doing that to beat throw attempts in a game where doing, you know, throw loops is a very strong strategy. Funny enough, when you get a big reward off them suddenly, it's really, really sick to see, basically.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like having that throw bait tool, her anti-throw tool is really, really good. Alongside her, like her anti-airs are really good too as well. Her damage off of anti-airs, I remember seeing Pax talk about how strong she is, and being like, "Are you sure? I don't know if Chun-Li's that strong." And then showcasing what she can do in terms of getting like a stand heavy kick anti-air if she's on point for punish counter is ridiculous. So jumping in on her is bad. On the ground, it feels bad too as well, because some characters can't deal with her fireball that she follows behind and sets up shop with those great buttons, like Gorilla Lead buttons that we've seen in other games or in this game too as well. And we already saw like a modern Chun-Li work at top 6.
True.
And I think both forms of Chun-Li are fantastic. We'll have to see what MOV is going to bring to the table. There's so many differences in terms of Chun-Li and how people play. We see the likes of like Sako doing work out of Street Fighter League. You've mentioned Foul Master, who is a little bit more on the side, a lot more aggressive, I should say. He's a lot more aggressive, a lot more risky, but has a big tech head too as well. I like the variance that we're seeing in this game, not only I guess for Chun-Li, but for all the characters, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, for me, Chun-Li, I remember it was at the Red Bull Kumite like qualifier in London, and I sat down. I was there quite early, and I sat down and was playing some sets with this Chun-Li player, and I was like, I didn't really know who he was or whatever, and he smoked my ass like 50-1 or something like that. I was like, damn, he's good, and he very much convinced me. He was teaching me about the match, he was showing what was strong about Chun-Li and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I haven't seen much Chun-Li, and then I was like, oh yeah, who are you by the way? He goes, oh, I'm Foxy Grandpa, and I was like, oh, it's you. I was like, no wonder I was getting cooked. Just one of the goats. I was just sitting playing my Kami for like, yeah. He was definitely showed me the ways of that character, right? And like you said, that fireball, the slow fireball that comes in behind, just it's a simple strategy, but it's really effective. And when you have one of those in Street Fighter 6 especially, it's even more effective because you don't have to think as hard, and then you can focus on the other things that are just as important, like reacting to DI, making sure you're paying attention to the drive gauge, things like that. You can spend more brain power on those because you're not thinking about how do I win,
I like that you mentioned that fireball game because it's so imperative to your game plan depending on the matchup. And one of the people that uses it like the best was like Oil King. Watching him, generally always have some plasma on the screen at any point in time was incredible to see. How he just placed the fireball and how you work around it, maneuver around it, and work around how you operate around it. A very basic strategy in terms of how I'm describing it, but a lot goes into it, like reacting to what they're gonna do, their jumpers and things like that, maybe using it as a bait. Really smart stuff from the side of Oil King when he's playing that character. Whether he plays Chun-Li after this or not, I'm not sure because he might play Rashid. He said that character's mid-tier, but anyway, he's not here.
We've seen obviously Rashid's out, but we haven't seen anyone play him yet. And do you think we're going to see him? I mean, Oil King obviously known for that Rashid, at least in the end of Street Fighter 5. So, I mean, I'd love to see him. I think he's a much more complicated character this time around, right? So it's going to take a little bit more time for players to like really get used to him, his conversions, everything, like all the setups, and know how to win with him. And I think it's kind of hard to say to pick him up when you've had 2 months just grinding like 1 or 2 characters, right? But I don't know. I think he can be decent for sure. So I think if anyone's going to pick him, it probably would be Oil King, but maybe just going to go to that Menon. We might maybe see it today, later today. But we are just going to go to that Otani versus MenaRD set. Okay, the Luke mirrors. All right, let's get it.
All right, mirror on mirror. From what my boy Vagabond said, this is just a battle of drive rush, crouching medium kick, and crouching medium punch. But we may see more of that drive rush light punch that we've seen. Every game with Luke. Yo, the suppressor though. Now we're seeing a lot of like anti-drive rush like tech from a lot of these players. The sweep did not connect. That's unfortunate. Level 1, meek him up in the corner. The backdash though. This is something I feel like a lot of Japanese players love doing, is going for the early backdash. The impact lands, and so is this aerial conversion.
Yeah, super sick. Commits that forward, the medium punch TC, and just fierce into that DI, permanently locked into that stun. You can obviously reversal level 1 there, but MenaRD actually just not ready for it for once.
Yeah, surprising. But I like that here from
nice.
Kind of that corner defense going for that backdash. Drive rush light punch took a page out of the book of MenaRD. Such a good stop right there. And now stopping himself with the fireball, gets a DP, the impact. Otani, the young man, coming through aerial flash knuckle. Oh, the jump fierce, finds the face. Oh, this is the finish. Yeah, beast mode from the side of Otani. He's on one.
Wow, that was impressive. I love that, the forward jump on the wake up, and everyone instinctively holds forward, right? Because they think a cross up's coming. You don't get crossed up in this game, but when you do hold forward, it means you do get crossed up. And then obviously recognizing Otani might be looking for that throw back into the corner, neutral jumps, punches MenaRD again, and is 1 game up on the Evo 2nd place, 2-time Capcom Cup champion. Nice reactions again. Otani, man,
you can't pull one different on this dude. He is a young gun. He's going to react to everything. Backs up for the crouch fierce anti-air. Drive rushes himself in the corner, but he's immediately out of there, understanding how difficult it is to be in the corner against Luke. Jump fierce, jump heavy kick are nasty buttons as neutral jump tools. Goes for a jump in, tries to get the cross up with the DP.
That was a sick cross cut from MenaRD to clutch this out. Gonna spend the 2 bars. This should be enough. No, it's not actually.
He's not dead.
It's
one hit. Yeah. Oh, he DP'd him.
Yeah, that one killed on chip. I think maybe Otani wake up level 2 would have beat the DP, but probably not.
Whoa, the reactions against Beast Mode on the Drive Rush. This is the upper echelon of this meta. Dealing with Drive Rush, right? Like, what tools are you? We saw Suppressor. We saw Super. I like seeing people deal with Drive Rush. There again, the back heavy punch coming from the side of MenaRD.
Yeah, the Suppressor's such a good tool, man. Like I said, pulls your hurt box back and it lets you whiff punish things you otherwise normally wouldn't be able to walk away from. And now, though, Otani in a good position, got that corner. Oh, I love the wake up OD from MenaRD. He had so much meter to work with. The level 1 confirm's going to put him into burnout, though, from Otani. Nice recognition. Now going to have to find a way to close this out. That stand medium punch goes from -2 to +2 when you're in burnout, so it's hard to try and do anything in that situation.
The extra amount is enough to do the duty. And right now, Otani is saying, brother, again, sniffing out these DPs. I've never seen that stutter step right there. Otani putting some sauce on it. And even though he didn't get that hit, MenaRD is going to be even more so thinking about those options when they come through with the charge up heavy knuckle. Otani could be putting many. Brother, they're swaying.
Oh my God.
Who's the burn up with hit?
In burnout now, you gotta be so careful right now. If you MenaRD, I love it. The way the level 1 reversal on the stand light punch TC. That's nearly enough. Can't go into that level 3.
Chip again. Oh, he gets the hit off the fireball first. Quicker on the draw to make him fall. Otani takes down MenaRD. Can you believe it? 2-0. That is a Capcom Cup 2-time champion. Evo, second placer, only second to Angry Bird. And look at what just happened. Otani 2-0 against MenaRD. Did we not tell you that these whoops may happen? Did we not warn you that this may occur? Brother.
Wow, what a set, man. I mean, Otani showing up in the mirror, the Luke mirror. And you know what? MenaRD doubled down, no Blanca, not coming out. Just going to be like, I'm going to beat you with your own character. But Otani somehow just taking it over, you know, the second place Evo just last weekend, and we're gonna see how did he do it exactly. I mean, by these sick reactions on the DI, of course. If you're in case the person on the right could be MenaRD, the person on the left is Otani. But yeah, just had, like we said, he's a young man. He's just reacting, man, and that's the name of the game in this case. Good conversion, of course.
I think in addition to that, you know, we see him playing on the reactions of MenaRD. We saw the charge knuckle to call it the DP, even though he didn't really get anything off that situation. Just played the reactions of MenaRD and stopping himself, breaking himself like fireball, light punch, you know, reacting to drive rush. Mena was doing it too. He used back heavy punch. We saw that continuously. But the way, the continuous amount of times that Otani would react against MenaRD to stop that offense, that drive rush light punch that we saw leaning up, bro, it's immaculate.
Look at this as well. Like he does the stand light punch TC here, but of course level 1s are not projectile invincible, and that's why that Sandblaster wins out in that case. Otherwise wouldn't, right? It did work, but anyway, we're gonna be going to a quick break after that match. I think we're gonna need it, Sincola, man.
My heart hurts. We return more Gamers8 coming right at you. Don't go nowhere. we couldn't let you hang any longer after seeing such an exciting match. We had to get right back into the action after taking that really quick break here at Gamers8 at Street Fighter 6 Invitational Tourney. Has been super sick. So Otani was the first one to draw blood from MenaRD to stop, possibly stop, that revenge arc. We'll have to see what's going to go on. My name is Seiko. I'm with Lazarus, my guy. How you feel about this action we've seen thus far?
I mean, pretty good. I mean, obviously, I'll give you a quick rundown on the format. We got the double round robin group stage, right? But that's the group with Phenom, MenaRD, Otani, and Latif. Just got a lot more interesting, right? I mean, I said it in my predictions that, you know, Phenom, MenaRD probably shoo-ins to get it out, but now Otani, after beating MenaRD and after losing to Phenom, that's going to be really interesting to watch. And that's one of my favorite things about these round robin formats, these small little group stages, is that you can build storylines so quickly, so easily, and every match as you go deeper and deeper into the groups gets way more intense. So I'm definitely looking forward to that towards the end of the today, towards the end of tomorrow. It's all going to be super exciting here for the Gamers8 32-man $1 million invitational.
Ooh, you said $1 million. That is
the
biggest spot that we've had
gotta say it.
for Street Fighter 6. You gotta remind the people what they're playing for. It's not only obviously the pride of being a champion, the first Street Fighter 6 champion out here at Gamers8, but also $1 million, the lion's share of $1 million. That is life-changing money, as we had put it earlier. And we got to keep reminding you, because that is quite a bit of guap on the dot that they're playing for. But, you know, back to this action that we're going to be having coming up, I believe we will be having, is it Angry Bird versus MOV was what we were discussing previously. That's the match that we haven't got to see just yet.
I believe we're getting Mono versus Punk, maybe? Or
maybe Mono versus Punk.
Maybe, I'm not sure. We'll have to double check on the schedule for that one. Oh, no, I think it's Wes versus Nephew, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the next one, because we see now. Yes. Which would be cool. That'd be cool. I think it's a jury mirror even. So who knows? Will we see Dark Neff again? Will he come out? He already beat Mr. Crimson.
That's true. That's true. That could also. Yeah, I wonder, because Nephew does have other characters. I don't know if he plays them though.
Yeah,
like
true.
He plays other characters on his stream. He does his little, you know, runs up to max with every character that he can. But I don't know if he plays them to the extent that he plays Jury, right? Like, Jury's been his pick.
Yeah.
He's been sticking with continuously. Wes's playstyle is wild. I've never seen a playstyle with Jury like that, or many characters in this game, that is super aggressive. It harkens back to kind of how Angry Bird and Big Bird play, in terms of just like, I'm just going to run you down. Just sees a little bit more refinement on the bar usage, but we'll see if that happens. I mean, obviously the first game does not always tell how people are going to operate later. We saw that with Otani. First game, really shaky. This game with MenaRD now, he's locked in, brother. He is like he's been here. No tourist.
Yes, and I think, yeah, it will be very interesting to see. Obviously, Wes coming from Saudi Arabia got that home field advantage. Like I mentioned before, for those people who did travel to Evo, it's a long flight, man. It's a long flight, and time zone differences. You're gonna get a little bit jet lag. You know, you're gonna be writing the tweet the next day, be like, "Hey guys, I didn't sleep very much. I'm probably gonna do poorly." You know, things like that. But you know, the people who didn't go to Evo, and the people especially who are from Saudi Arabia themselves, they got no excuses. So we better see Wes playing his A game up against Nephew. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think that's what's going to be interesting to me when we start seeing the bigger heavy hitters, especially when we get towards that playoff stage. It's just seeing what level of the players playing at that went to Evo versus the players that maybe had a little bit of a break. Someone like Mr. Crimson, right, didn't go. Still one of the top players, you know, but he's well rested. You know, I feel like as long as he didn't have any travel issues, he's going to be ready for this whole tournament. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
I'm looking forward to seeing like how the players that did go to Evo, if they adjust themselves and, you know, they shake off the sleep and stuff like that. Because I know they literally came from Evo and flew over like the next day. So the commentator shots to the staff and stuff like that for making sure everyone got in safely. But like literally this, like the next day, or some of them were on the day of Sunday, were flying out. I'm wondering to see like what's going to happen when they've been emboldened and buffed up by playing characters and players from around the globe. I mean, you've got a whole selection of 7,000 plus people that you get to play with if you're playing casuals, salty sweets, and stuff like that. And Nephew, Nephew's looking real loose right there. He's the one interacting with Wes's business. His character didn't move a single smirk, bro.
All right, I mean, you gotta be focused, dialed in, of course. But yeah, like you said, right? Well, yes, you did travel from Evo. That also meant you played in Evo, and sometimes that is gonna give you valuable experience in an intense tournament setting, and that's all you're gonna need. And Nephew showing that experience right now. Got the corner control. Jerry obviously also got a throw loop, pretty strong. The DI grow, the parry is so smart because he didn't have to help the DI back, but of course he still doesn't have the DI to. The health of DI back, so you know, Nephew committing to it again.
Brother, the reactions throughout the fireball. Nephew tried to ODDP. That's like, again, like the higher echelon of this game is like how do I deal with drive rush and how do I fake out things with drive rush and make them waste some bar. Up in the corner though, tries to get that soft with a heavy. Did not get the knockdown. You're looking for like that hard knockdown. Where the whip punch comes here from Nephew and stocks up with that level 2.
Ooh. That's burnout as well. You gotta be buffing this level 1, by the way. The safe jump. Oh no! Messes it up. Still gets the punish counter throw. And the V2 DI gonna be the closeout from Nephew. That was a really interesting exchange right at the end, but that's just what happens, right? I love that Nephew went for that crouch strong into that level 2. Would have been decent on the pressure, but also because he got hit by that crouch strong, it put him in burnout because obviously Jury, when he's just level 2, does that dash, right? And normally it's just an install, and most install supers don't do that drive gauge damage that level 2s do. But because she does the dash, that does the 1 bar of drive gauge, which is really cool.
Ah, Nephew now in the lead.
Yeah.
See for how long though. I mean, I feel like Wes has got really, really great offense. The defense maybe doesn't feel as tight as it should be. Especially if someone like Nephew is going to take advantage of that. Already going to the corner once again.
Oh,
normal DPs,
yeah, tried to dive kick out. But like, you know what? Jury's DP, one of the biggest in the game by far, will be extremely difficult to dive kick over the top of.
Based on the ODDP for free. Nephew waited and baited. And now he's on set point. Like, very quick. Listen, I don't want to go to another break, yo. I need y'all to fight it out. Let's keep the action going. Come on, I want to see 1-1. Come on.
Let's go. All right, Wes is listening to Kudo. He's flying back, but so's Nephew, man, with his wake up with violence DPs, big jump in on the fireball. Oh, the lazy shimmy off the neutral jump. Level 1, just for that drive gauge damage. Keep it low. Keep him having to think about blocking these buttons because if you block too much, you're in burnout, and when you're in burnout, St. Kudo, what happens?
You die, just like this Nephew. I'm sorry, Dark Nephew, proving that he runs the jury a little bit better in the mirror match. And honestly, mirror matches are hard. It's not really who has like the best jury, even though I'm joking. It's about who's able to read the other person with the same tools. It's a different sort of matchup. Thankfully, Nephew has played the likes of Just a Kid and many other jury players. I'm sure, you know, man, there's so many lists. You can list off half the people that went to Evo, to be honest, because she's a very common character, like kills you and stuff. I'm sure he's got a lot of practice against, like, you know, the mirror match and different styles of jerseys, and he sampled all of them, and he's been ready, prepared for an aggressive one like Wes.
Yep. I'm gonna obviously go for the post-game highlights coming in. Obviously, let's be honest, this is all going to be Nephew, man. I mean, I feel like Wes, like you said, because of his defense was getting absolutely destroyed by the offense coming in from Nephew. It was not much to see on his side of things, but we can see Nephew again using that DI really effectively in the corner. When your opponent can react to level 1, it's not easy. And here's that feng shui sequence that I was talking about. Got the burnout, and now DI is a factor. If you're not buffing that level 1 there, you're gonna get hit by that meaty DI and gonna lose that first game.
Yeah, and again, like, I like that he's denying a lot of like the, you know, that I'm trying to leave the corner, trying to leave that, you know, corner position with the DP. Perfectly spaced out the ODDP right there. Understanding that Wes is looking for a way out of the corner, and again, Nephew making the most out of these corner positions. Was that level 1? Got that. Yeah, jump medium, blocked it out. He's in another drive impact, and that was that. You know, again, seeking these drive impacts continuously, even when there's in burnout or not, has led to success here for Nephew as he puts Wes down. And we're going to go for another break. I told you, let's keep the action going and flowing, but when we return, there's going to be more, I promise you. Stay right there. Stick with us. We return, more Gamers 8 coming your way.